Oh yeah, is it Saturday already? Wow. D23's big panel for Lucasfilm and all the other Disney IPs was last night, and we got some awesome news for Star Wars as we got a Skeleton Crew trailer, a teaser trailer for Andor, and what stole the show was the Mandalorian and Grogu teaser, which nobody saw coming. Absolutely nobody thought we were getting a teaser trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that doesn't come out for another 2 years. So we got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to break down today, and we're going to do it all. We're going to do it all together. How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? Let's open up the chat and say hi to everybody first things first. I know we're still all excited. We're still on a high from yesterday's great trailer announcements, but I must tell you, this is not where the weekend ends. There is more coming today from Star Wars and more coming tomorrow from Star Wars as well. So keep your ears open and keep your eyes hearing. Keep your eyes open and keep your ears hearing, as there is going to be a lot more announcements coming this weekend. This is not the end. This is not the end, but we'll get to what those announcements will be later on in this stream. So let's say hi to everybody in the chat, shall we? Jeez. Fearless, what's up? Joseph, how we doing? Navarro in the house. Mike Fort, what is up? Mike poisoned me. Sorry, Mike. Chris, what is up? Avalon, how we doing? Fire Bliss in the house. Agnes, what is up? Galaxy Love, how we doing? Another Mike. What's up, Mike? J1DRZ, what's up? How we doing? Mando United in the house. Chris, what is up? Ryan Burke in the house. Officer Murdoch, what is up? Thomas, how we doing? Brandon Baker, what is up? Nathan, how we doing? Did I get everybody? If I missed you, you know the deal. Shadow King, what's up? If I missed you, you know the deal. Just yell at me in the chat. Lowdown, how we doing? Starship66, let's just give everybody a nice...
Hello there.
Okay. Let's start with just all of the announcements that came yesterday, shall we? Disney themselves, StarWars.com, posted this article on StarWars.com. So let's read this, shall we? D23's 2024 first look at Skeleton Crew, news on the Mandalorian and Grogu, and more updates. Okay, let's do this first. Hang on. So I do have. Wait, what? Where is it? Don't tell me it's gone. I do have this. I do have the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. Okay. Don't tell Lucasfilm, but I have it. And we're not going to watch it with audio because yesterday's stream got a lot of crap, got a lot of copyright issues and all this stuff that I had to cut out of the stream yesterday because we watched all the trailers. I blame you. I blame all of you guys because you peer pressured me into watching all the trailers with the volume on. That was my fault. But we watched all the trailers yesterday, the Andor trailer, the Mando trailer, with the volume on, and we were not supposed to do that. Those were leaked trailers. We weren't. But we did it anyway, and it was a lot of fun, but it came to bite me in the ass a few hours later when Lucasfilm caught word that we watched all the trailers with the volume on. So today we will not be making the same mistake, and we will be watching the trailers with the volume off. What a good day. What a good day. All right, let's read this article covered from StarWars.com about all the announcements that we received yesterday, and we're going to talk about the ones that we haven't seen yet. Disney has spies everywhere for the copyright stuff. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Okay, and Officer Murdoch, you missed the trailers. Don't worry about it. We'll be watching all of them to an extent. We'll definitely be watching the Skeleton Crew one over and over again. We'll be watching the Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy one because those are published. They're not going to be copy struck, hopefully. And the other ones is where the problem comes. Andor Season 2 trailer and the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. But we'll get to those in just a minute. So let's read this first, shall we? So D23 2024, first look at Skeleton Crew, news update on the Mandalorian and Grogu, and more. The return of Orson Krennic and K2SO, news on the big screen adventures of the Mandalorian and Grogu, and the first trailer for Skeleton Crew brought cheers and applause from the crowd at D23, the ultimate fan event, Disney fan event. During the Disney Studio Showcase, Skeleton Crew star Jude Law, who plays, sorry, that was my bad, Jod Nawood, Still can't get over his name yet, but I don't know if I ever will. Introduced the world's first look at footage from the forthcoming series, created by Star Wars Homecoming director John Watts and writer Christopher Ford. So not only did John Watts do Spider-Man Homecoming, he also did Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man No Way Home. So John Watts is the guy who did all 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And not only that, but he turned down the Fantastic Four movie. John Watts turned down the Fantastic Four movie to do this Skeleton Crew show. Yeah. Let's keep reading. Following the adventures of 4 kids, Wim, Fern, KB, and Neil. Keep those names in mind. Wim, Fern, KB, and most importantly, Neil. Okay? Okay. The trailer gives us a glimpse into the mysterious discovery and the journey ahead as the foursome are hurtled into the strange and dangerous galaxy. This is what Jude Law had to say about it. I fell in love with Star Wars when I was a 10-year-old boy, is what he told the audience, I guess. And what I love the most about this series is it's told through the perspective of the kids. It means a great deal for me to be a part of the Star Wars galaxy. So if it's told from the perspective of the kids, which is pretty cool, we never really see that in Star Wars. It's being described to be a Goonies meets Star Wars type of a show, which is pretty cool for anybody who's seen the movie Goonies. It was a very big hit, to say the least, in the 80s. And that's kind of what they're trying to recreate here in the Star Wars galaxy with the Skeleton Crew show. We will get to this trailer in a second, but let's go to the Andor stuff first. So they're lost, really lost. Can't wait to see this on December 3rd, about 4 months-ish away until Skeleton Crew releases on Disney Plus December 3rd. There is some other Star Wars projects coming before then. We have, of course, Star Wars Outlaws on August 30th. And then we have Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy on September 13th. Again, we'll get to that. Okay, I got my Mando mug today. Look. Mando mug today. Even in the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest is back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get to it in a second. The Mandalorian and Grogu is what it should say here. Okay. Back to business here. So this is Cassian Andor. Diego Luna took the stage as well. Andor star and executive producer Diego Luna was also on hand to update fans on the second season of the acclaimed Disney Plus series named for his character Cassian Andor. After addressing the audience in Spanish, hopefully it's in English, Luna expressed his love for the character and excitement for the journey so far. He said, "Thank you for caring so much about Season 1, he said. In many ways, Rogue One changed my life. I've lived with Cassian Andor for almost 10 years now." Is that right? When did Rogue One release? When was Rogue One released? 2016, right? That's 8 years ago. Oh my God. Okay. With the sizzle shown in room only. Yes, it was shown in room only. Those in attendance got visual affirmations that Orson Krennic and K2SO will return to the screen portrayed by Rogue One, A Star Wars Story alum Ben Mendelsohn and Alan Alan. Yes. The behind-the-scenes sneak peek of creator Tony Gilroy promises an even larger scale and galaxy-encompassing vision for the second season. With peril at every corner, the next episodes in the series will drive towards the birth of the Rebel Alliance and the beginning of Rogue One. The stakes are greater, the enemies are more organized, and the clock is ticking. So Season 2 of Andor will premiere on Disney Plus in 2025. We don't really have a specific release date yet, which is kind of concerning to me. 2025 could mean January, February, March, or it could mean August, September, October. It could be a year until we see Andor, or it could be 5-6 months till we see Andor. We really have no idea. As of right now, it says 2025. And we didn't get a teaser trailer, which makes me think that they're not as far along as we once believed. What's up, Alex? How we doing? So we will get to that Andor teaser trailer in a minute, but Diego Luna did come out on stage and give us that news. Then, the thing that kind of broke the internet for a while there was the Mandalorian and Grogu portion of this panel. As Jon Favreau, as you can see right here, and Dave Filoni, still sporting his Ahsoka Tano shirt, came out on stage and gave an update about the Mandalorian and Grogu. And wow, was this something. This movie started filming a few weeks ago. Nobody on the planet was expecting we were going to be getting a teaser for this movie, and yet we did. The Mandalorian creators and co-producers, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, took to the stage. There's a fly in here. Missed it, damn it. Took to the stage to share an update on the highly anticipated upcoming Star Wars feature film, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Favreau and Filoni confirmed that production is underway ahead of its May 22nd, 2026 debut. Yes, you heard that correctly. May 22nd, 2026. Just under 2 years from now. So this is a long way away, but they have begun filming, and there is new scenes from the movie that the people in attendance got to see, but we also are going to get to see today. But we'll get to it in a second. The audience on Friday night got a first look at new footage from the Clan of Two's biggest adventure thus far. The Clan of Two being Din Djarin and Grogu, as we can see right there. It's the last D23 before the movie comes out. Wait, what? There's no D23 next year? That's kind of a bummer. We know that Star Wars Celebration is next year in Japan, but no D23. Interesting. But because it is the last D23 before the movie comes out, they had to put something together for us, is what Jon Favreau said, as they shared a sizzle reel showcasing all new footage, not all, but new footage, including Grogu and Din facing off against snowtroopers, massive Imperial AT-AT walkers in the snow, and Zeb Aurelius in action, and capping it off with Grogu traveling with the two tiny Anzellans that we saw in Season 3. A return to theaters, The Mandalorian and Grogu will merge beloved characters from Disney Plus with the cinematic scale of the Skywalker saga, blending classic and innovative filmmaking techniques as well as practical and digital effects in an all-new Star Wars story. Okay, so let's talk about this, shall we? Din and Grogu facing off against snowtroopers, possibly on Hoth, a massive Imperial AT-AT walkers in that snow planet, possibly Hoth, Zeb Aurelius in action, and of course Grogu traveling with some Anzellans. So I do have the trailer here today. We're going to be watching it with no volume, and we will be pausing quite a bit, as we don't want Lucasfilm, if you're watching, Disney, Star Wars, anybody, if you're watching, and we know that you are, please don't take this down. We are just trying to have fun and get hyped up for the movie that you are creating. So please, don't take this down. Thank you. Now let's watch the trailer. So there's going to be no volume, but the first half of it is just all footage we've seen before. This is from The Mandalorian Season 1, as Din meets Grogu for the first time, as we've all seen before. This is from Season 1, I believe, as well. This is from Season 2, where he meets Bo-Katan on this planet. That's from Season 2 as well. Blah-biddy-bloobity-blah. They're talking about the Clan of Two. You hear the armorer talking here. Din Djarin talks about having to protect Grogu. And here is where we get some new footage. Din Djarin takes out 3, as you can see laying on the ground there, snow troopers. The last time we saw snow troopers in live action, correct me if I'm wrong, was Hoth in 1980 in Empire Strikes Back. We've seen snow troopers again in the Clone Wars in Season 7, final scene with Vader. I'm sure we've seen them again in Rebels as well. But in live action, I think the last time we saw them was 1980 in Empire Strikes Back, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but either way, snowtroopers in live action. Now, a lot of fans are inferring that this planet will be Hoth. Now, that's not confirmed, and we don't know this for sure because we've seen other snow planets in Star Wars in the past. Even in The Mandalorian Season 2, we've seen an icy snow planet and it could be there as well. But let's keep going. What the heck? Play. There we go. So Din Djarin coming in looking all badass. Then we get the return of the Razor Crest. And I've seen very mixed opinions on this. Whoa. You were not supposed to see that. You're not supposed to see that. Go back. The Razor Crest. So the Razor Crest is back. My pausing. Oh my God, I'm terrible. Stop this madness. Oh my God. Good enough. Close enough. You understand that is the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest is back. And I've heard mixed opinions on this online. People saying, oh, what the hell? You're just bringing back the Razor Crest after you destroyed it a few seasons ago? Is anything ever truly gone in Star Wars? Listen. We're going full screen for this. Listen. Okay? Okay? The Razor Crest is back. And this is great freaking news. It might not even be for Din Djarin anyway. It could be Zeb Aurelius's Razor Crest, and Din might just be hitching a ride. We don't know. But it's back. And guess what? The Razor Crest was awesome, and now it's coming back. So cry about it. You know what? Cry about it. Let's get to Zeb Aurelius, shall we? Zeb is back. First making his first ever live action appearance in The Mandalorian Season 3 for a very brief scene. He was not seen in Ahsoka, where the rest of the Rebels crew was. We had Harrison Dula, Sabine, Ezra, Chopper, but no Zeb Aurelius. And here he is again in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. They're in the Razor Crest, as you can tell. Outside the cockpit is the Razor Crest, but Zeb is the one piloting it. Not a lot of people are talking about this. Grogu is kind of sitting on Din Djarin's shoulder like Pikachu in Pokemon. A little strange there, but Zeb is the one piloting the Razor Crest, so it might not even be Din's anyway. Yeah. The Razor Crest is back. Zeb Aurelius is back. Let's keep going. He actually tells him good luck. We get a closer look at all of these snow troopers. They're all gearing up to fight against Din Djarin, we're assuming. Again, people think this is Hoth. Din Djarin looking badass as ever. Grogu crawling through a crawl space. And then we get a mouse droid perspective thing here, as we see a camera hooked onto the mouse droid as it watches Din Djarin fight some snow troopers. Pretty cool. But this is what has people excited. Din and Grogu on an AT-ST walker running through the snow of possibly Hoth. They fall down this cliff and they come upon AT-AT walkers. This is awesome. Even if this planet isn't Hoth, the parallels to it being Hoth, as we saw the AT-AT walkers for the first time ever in Star Wars, on Hoth in 1980 in Empire Strikes Back. And now we're going back to a snowy planet, which could be Hoth, with walkers. This is so damn cool. And not only that, but Grogu and Din Djarin are coming face to face with the AT walkers on an AT-ST. I mean, talk about cool. And as soon as these AT-ATs came on screen, there was this huge pop in the audience. If I put the volume on, you would hear this massive pop. Actually, fuck it. We're listening to it. I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm doing it anyway, just for you guys. All right, ready? Listen. You hear that? You hear that guy go, whoa! That's what we're all doing. That's what we're all doing. Because it is awesome. But let's keep watching. The Mandalorian and Grogu, that's our first sort of look at the official logo for it. As you can see, Din Djarin there in Grogu's silhouette in the O of the Mandalorian. And Grogu, as you can tell on the old Mando logo, this one on my cup here, Mando is the only silhouette on the A. Grogu's not involved. So this is the sort of new logo. How are we feeling about the Mandalorian and Grogu title? Let's talk about that. Because when this was first announced a few months ago, back in January, I believe. Many fans were kind of upset about this. I'm going to end this poll about smashing a like on this stream if you have not yet. Please do. Let's put up a poll. Do you like the title The Mandalorian and Grogu? Yes or no? Just an easy yes or no. What are our thoughts on the Mandalorian and Grogu title? What do we think, chat? I remember when it was first announced, many fans were upset about it. They thought there could have been many different options, better options, I should say, for a Mandalorian movie title that would get fans more excited. Then there's more so the obvious, that is, we want people in seats. We want to sell tickets. So telling fans that this is a movie about the Mandalorian and Grogu will sell tickets. It'll be straight and to the point. But where are we at now? 6, 7, 8 months later after the announcement of this movie title, where are we at? Has it grown on us more? Are we still like, no, this sucks, we need a new title immediately? Where are we at with the title The Mandalorian and Grogu? Officer Murdoch says we will get used to the title. I feel like I already am. At first, I didn't like it at all. I was like, it's too long. It doesn't really flow well, The Mandalorian and Grogu. The Mandalorian is already hard enough to say. Try saying that 10 times fast. Mandalorian. I guess it's not that hard. But it's very long, and it's not the same as like The Rise of Skywalker, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, even Rogue One or Solo, a Star Wars story. Like, it kind of feels like its own thing, which isn't the worst thing. But where are we at with the title? Don't care. I just want to see Mando and Grogu back on screen. That's a good opinion to have, for sure. The Mandalorian and his little green friend. Okay. I'm fine with it. Okay. By the way, 72% of you do like the title. Interesting. I'm going to leave that poll up there for a little bit. We'll see how that goes. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Oh, yeah. Michael Scott. That's true. That is true. I like the title. It just makes sense. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Valid. Keep it simple. People know what they're getting into, but it still holds some mystery. Yes, I guess it holds some mystery, but let's go back to the trailer for a second here. Yes, they gave us these cool scenes. AT walkers was cool to see. Him running around on an ATST was cool to see. Seeing Zeb, of course. Seeing the Razor Crest. Like, all of this is really, really cool. Razor Crest, Zeb. It's awesome. But it doesn't tell us anything about what this movie's going to be about. Yes, we know it's going to be the Mandalorian and Grogu going to the big screen. But what's the plot? Season 3 of The Mandalorian ended in a way where it was sort of an ending to a very long story. It was the ending of the Clone Wars, really. It was the ending of the Mandalorian Wars that was set up in the Clone Wars. It was also in Rebels with Sabine and Bo-Katan. And it was ended in The Mandalorian Season 3. The Mandalorians finally take back their homeworld of Mandalore, and the Darksaber gets destroyed. Moff Gideon dies. All that comes to a close. The Mandalorian's first 3 seasons were like its own little mini arc, and now it's over. So what is this Mandalorian and Grogu movie even going to be about? Although these scenes are really cool, they didn't give us any sort of plot or any evidence of a plot for this movie. Is it going to involve Thrawn? Is it going to tie into the Ahsoka series in the Book of Boba Fett in the Skeleton Crew? Or is it just going to be a small little Mando and Grogu story that doesn't really have to do with much of anything at all? The fact that we are on what seems to be Hoth, and we are seeing stormtroopers, snow troopers, but stormtroopers nonetheless, is clearly evidence of the Empire being around. It could be that we will be coming face to face with Grand Admiral Thrawn in this Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and it will tie everything together as Thrawn is the heir to the Empire. But we have no evidence to support that. The Grogu-Lorian, that would have been an incredible name. Write that down. Write that down. That's an ATPT? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Star Wars themselves said it was an ATST. Let me double check. Maybe you're right. I guess they didn't say it was an ATST. Maybe. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie because this is also more of what we got from yesterday, and not many people are talking about it. So let's talk about it, shall we? So this is the Mandalorian and Grogu stuff we just talked about. There was Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Now be honest in the chat. Be honest. Do you know what the hell this is? Did you know yesterday what the hell this was? Because I'm going to be completely honest. I knew it was going to be a what if Lego Star Wars show, but I wasn't excited at all. I didn't care about this in the slightest. But then, we got this trailer, and I must say, it kind of was the best trailer of the day yesterday. I'm going to be completely honest. It might have been the best trailer of the day yesterday. The Mandalorian trailer was cool. It was hype, but there was like 3 new scenes. The Andor stuff was still just like a behind-the-scenes look, not really a trailer at all. The Skeleton Crew trailer was cool, but I honestly think that this trailer was the best one of the frickin' day. We're going to watch all these trailers, don't worry about it. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy? Are you even going to watch this? It releases on September 13th, and let's read this. First came Darth Jar Jar, now Vader swapping his Sith Lord armor with a sleek white version, a bounty-hunting C-3PO, calculating the odds with glowing red eyes, and a squad of Akbar clone troopers, Admiral Akbar that is, all shouting it's a trap, are very clearly signs that this isn't the galaxy far, far away that we are used to. To quote Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy's Mace Windu, this party is just getting started. During D23's Ultimate Disney Fan Event, the new official trailer for Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy was revealed ahead of a special presentation featuring Dan Hernandez, the showrunner, Benji Shamit, another showrunner, and James Watt, an executive producer. Content herding nerfs. What? Are sharing tales of the Jedi's heroics and his friends on planet Vanessa. Sure. Sig, who's going to be voiced by the kid from Stranger Things, finds his galaxy shaken up after he and his brother Dev find a Jedi temple and remove the mysterious cornerstone, alongside newcomer Jedi Bob. Nice. Luke Skywalker is back once again, voiced by Mark Hamill, but this time he's got more of a chilled-out surfer dude vibe than a farm boy turned Jedi Master that we know and love. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're going to watch this trailer first, because I want to get to this trailer, and then I want to get to the Skeleton Crew trailer and all the other trailers as well. But let's watch this one first, shall we? Let's go over to Star Wars. Let's refresh this page real quick. Look at the numbers here. Let's just look at the numbers first. These were the 2 trailers officially released by Star Wars yesterday. This one has almost 700,000 views. And in 7 less hours, this has 2.1 million. Obviously, this is a live-action Disney Plus series. It's going to get more views than the Lego Star Wars show. But 2.1 in the first 15 hours is pretty impressive. I honestly don't know what it kind of is based off of other ones in its first 15 hours, but let's take a look. Let's go to the original Acolyte trailer, shall we? The official teaser for the Acolyte was... Where the hell was it? Oh, here it is. 11 million. But that was, of course, 4 months ago. So I wonder if it'll get up to 11 million. I really don't know if it will. Interesting. See if we can find... The official Bad Batch one had 2.9 million. Interesting. Let's go all the way back to Ahsoka. It's an official clip. Ahsoka had some crazy numbers. Oh my god. 9.6 million. Interesting. The Acolyte had more than Ahsoka. Crazy. So I wonder if this will get close to those numbers. It's only been 15 hours and it's already at 2.1 million. But let's watch this trailer first. We're going to watch it and then we'll just talk about it because there's not really much to get into with this trailer, but we're going to watch it anyway.
My galaxy is the home of the most epic story ever told. But then I found the
Donk
cornerstone, and everything changed.
Listen up, Sig. There's only one way to say this. You
Jedi
messed
Bob.
up. You blew it. You goofed.
Jedi Pop, that's like 3 different ways.
When you removed the cornerstone, you created a new galaxy. Every person and every world will be different.
We've got to make everything go back to the way it was, because nothing makes sense.
It's a trap! It's a trap! It's a trap! It's a trap!
I know who can help us. The greatest hero of all time, Luke Skywalker.
Let me see if I have this right. In your galaxy, my dad is mostly evil until he turns good for like 5 minutes and then dies. My own nephew betrays me and kills most of my best friends. And I spend decades alone until I use the Force so hard that it kills me?
Well, when he puts it that way.
There is no escape.
What in the...
Excuse me!
Darth Jar Jar? Ridiculous. Oh, time to go!
X-Wing TIE Fighters? Ewok Bounty Hunters? You spent your life telling stories about heroes? Maybe it's time to be one.
Woohoo! Yeah!
This party's just getting started.
We're losing power. We're gonna crash. Scary, 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 scary.
The Force will guide us.
It will?
Here's hoping!
Oh, come on!
Okay, so it's a 4-part series. I think it's all releasing at the same time. It didn't really specify, but it comes out on September 13th. So this is the next show for Star Wars. Yes, it's kind of just a goofy, fun little side mission Star Wars, Lego Star Wars show, but it's kind of cool. It's a what if in Star Wars. And although there's a bunch of really good what ifs online, this is an actual one being created by Lucasfilm. Ahmed Best is back to voice Darth Jar Jar. Mark Hamill's back to voice Luke Skywalker. You got the kid from Stranger Things voicing the main character. And you got a bunch of just fun, cool things going on here. You got, of course, the AT-AT walkers from The Mandalorian that we just saw. But there's, I just freaking bit my tongue. Son of a...
Incorrect.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Ow. Okay. But they turn...
The cornerstone, you created a new galaxy.
They turn into the Rebellion or the Jedi Orders. AT-ATs.
Every person and every world will be
You got Sith Rey.
different.
Oh, you guys can't see the screen. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? You got Sith Rey.
Different.
We've got to make everything go back to the way it was, because nothing makes sense.
It's a trap! It's a trap! It's a trap!
You got a bunch of Admiral Akbars as the clones instead of Jango Fett. I wonder how that happened.
It's a trap.
I know who can help us. The greatest hero of...
And many people didn't notice this, but I believe
I know who can help
that's Max Rebo piloting a pod racer over the water, which is pretty cool.
us. The greatest hero of all time, Luke Skywalker.
Luke is now a hippie surfer dude wearing the same necklace that Anakin gave to Padme as a little kid.
Let me see if I have this right. In your galaxy, my dad is mostly evil until he turns good for like 5 minutes and then dies. My own nephew betrays me and kills most of my best friends. And I spend decades alone until I use the Force so hard that it kills me?
Well, when he...
Again, I mentioned this yesterday during the live stream, but this is great. This is Lucasfilm, Disney, Star Wars, whatever you want to call it, making fun of themselves. If any of you have seen the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie, you know that it's freaking awesome. And you know that it makes fun of itself over and over and over again. All the time. Making fun of how it's a bad time in Marvel, all this like down since Endgame, it hasn't been good. Like, they're making fun of themselves because they are aware. You can't really do much of that with Star Wars because you can't have a character like Deadpool who can break the fourth wall and do all that other stuff. But this is where you can do it in a what if Lego show. And they're making fun of themselves. This is what we want to see as Star Wars fans. And it's, of course, it's Mark Hamill doing it himself. He uses the Force so hard that he dies after being in hiding for years.
So hard that it kills me?
Well, when he puts it that way.
There is no escape.
You got a bounty hunting C-3PO with the red Sith eyes.
What in the...
This is Darth Jar Jar, but also Darth Rose Tico, Darth Kit Fisto over here on the side. And if any of you watch Young Jedi Adventures, this is Darth Nubs over there too. Again, just having fun here.
Darth Jar Jar? Ridiculous. Oh, time to go!
X-Wing TIE Fighters?
Ewok bounty hunters.
Ewok bounty hunters? You spent your life telling stories about heroes? Maybe it's time to be one. Woohoo! Yeah!
Vader in the white suit.
Time to be one. Woohoo! Yeah!
That's pretty cool.
This party's just getting started.
Now, people have noticed that this is the same outfits from the prison escape in Andor Season 1 with Kino Loy. And you're going to get to see Yoda, Anakin, I don't know if that's Luke over there or not, Mace Windu, Grievous, Bosk, all working together to escape the prison from Andor. Like, what even is this? What even is this? This is pretty cool. I mean, they're taking some really, really bold what-ifs. Like, nobody's thinking about these characters specifically ever breaking out of the prison in Andor.
We're losing power. We're gonna crash. Scary, 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 scary.
The Force will guide us.
It will?
Here's hoping!
Oh, come on!
Looks exactly like the Mando trailer that we just watched, too. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it comes out on September 13th. It's not going to be groundbreaking anything. It's not going to be the greatest thing to ever happen to Star Wars, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of just fun what-if Lego Star Wars stories. It's probably going to have a bunch of like dry humor stuff. It's not going to be the greatest thing to ever exist. That's for damn sure, but it's going to be fun. Darth Jar Jar. How can you go wrong? It's going to be awesome. Grievous can't swim. Oh my god. Imagine Grievous is the Kino Loy and he's like, I can't swim. And he pushes Mace Windu to safety. Imagine. How does Tony Gilroy avoid using familiar characters in Andor Season 2 if they are going to Yavin 4? He's not. There's definitely going to be a lot of familiar characters in Season 2 of the Andor show. That's for damn sure. All right, since we've gotten through that, let's switch gears to Andor Season 2, just because Jared wants us to. Let's switch gears to Andor Season 2, shall we? Oh, and by the way, sorry, I missed it. Alex, with the 2-month membership, I appreciate it, Alex. Best way to support the channel is becoming a member or Super Chats. You guys know the deal. If you send in a Super Chat, I will do any Star Wars impression. Again, I repeat, any Star Wars impression, and I guarantee you it won't be good, but it might still be worth it. But Tony Gilroy talking about Andor Season 2. So let's do that. The Andor Season 2 trailer didn't really give us much of anything new, but it did give us the first look at Orson Krennic. Ben Mendelsohn is back as Krennic. Let me see if I can find this really quickly. Andor Season 2. And it gave us a first look at K2SO, who is now back. Okay, so this is the details that we have from Andor Season 2. Let's take a look at this. It takes place over 4 years. So every 3 episodes will be 1 year, and it will be 12 episodes again, just like Season 1. And there will be a 1-year time jump every 3 episodes. Ben Mendelsohn will be returning as Krennic, as he played the role in Rogue One. He does die in Rogue One, just like Cassian and just like Jyn Erso. Forrest Whitaker will be returning as Saw Gerrera. We see him in the teaser trailer as well. Alan is returning as K2SO, which is a fan favorite that got a big applause in the audience, and it will be releasing in 2025. Again, no specific release date, but I will say, if I were a gambling man, which I am not, I would guess that it would be in the first couple months of 2025. The latest I would say would be May. I would say it would most likely February or April would be my guess. Yeah. But that will be coming out in 2025. Let's see if I can find this. Oh. Nope. Okay. Yes, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So this is our first look at K2SO back in the cockpit next to Cassian. I wonder how they're going to meet. Because obviously he's probably going to be a bad guy at first and then maybe reprogrammed. We'll see. We shall see. Is Naboo confirmed? Somebody in the comments section said, is Naboo confirmed? I don't know. But we shall see. This is our first look at Orson Krennic back. We don't know how big of a role he's going to play in this second season. Hopefully it's a big one. I'm hoping it's not just like a very brief cameo, but we'll see. Who is that? Who's that supposed to be? I'm not too sure, but this is the same cockpit. You can see K2SO and Andor up there. I don't know who that is. And then here you can see Luthen, it looks like, and this looks like it could be on Yavin 4. We know Yavin 4 is coming back for sure, which is awesome. Can't wait to see that. With Yavin 4, which is the base from A New Hope, we have the possibility of seeing not only the rebellion in its very early days, but you can see Hera Syndulla and the Ghost, which appears in Rogue One. You can see Chopper. You can see a lot of familiar faces, maybe Bail Organa, maybe even Leia Organa, which would be pretty cool too. It's Melch. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, now I kind of see it. It's just a very blurry image. I get you now. Yeah. I see it. So, yeah. So going back to Yavin 4 is going to be pretty cool. Allows us to see some very familiar faces from the Rebellion. I wonder if these characters are all going to come together. This is our first look at Mon Mothma. This is Luthen. And then this is Saw Gerrera as well. I wonder if these three are going to come together to sort of form the Rebellion. Because Saw Gerrera is kind of always doing his own thing. He's more of a military mind. He's always blowing people up and killing people more so than the other Rebellion is, more than Mon Mothma and Luthen would like to do, I believe. But they might have to come together to form a rebellion that will actually stand a chance against the Empire. We saw Luthen and Saw have a meeting in the first season, but I wonder if there will be more connections there. Let's talk about Luthen for a second. Luthen was my favorite character from season 1, like hands down, he was my favorite. I think he might die in season 2 because he's not in Rogue One, and the rebellion obviously costs a lot of lives. As we saw in season 2, so many people died, from Kino Loy to all the people who helped him with the Aldani thing, the guy from The Bear, who's now going to be in the Fantastic Four. All those people died. We're going to see probably a lot more people die in this second season, maybe even Luthen, maybe even Bix. Like, all these people who didn't appear in Rogue One or anything after that might just be cannon fodder and die in this second season, which would be absolutely insane. Every day, more lies. That's true. It would be great to see Vader come in season 2. I really don't know if we'll see Vader. The only place that we could see Vader is if we get a conversation between Krennic and Vader, just like we did in Rogue One, which I don't know if we will get that. Season 1 ends with the post-credit scene of the Death Star, which is pretty cool. And maybe we'll get to see more of the Death Star. And where there's the Death Star, there's Krennic, there's Tarkin, there's Vader, there's Palpatine. So maybe you have the opportunity to see those characters. I just don't think we will. I don't know how bold they're going to go with this second season of Andor. Because you could go pretty damn bold and bring in Vader, bring in Palpatine, bring in everybody, Tarkin. Or you could keep it sort of on the down low. Bring us your Krennics, but not really the next level up. You know? You can either go big or go home. And big is going Vader, Palpatine, Tarkin, Leia, Hera, Chopper, Bail Organa. But you could also have none of those, and it would still make sense to the story. So you could go one of two ways, really. But Luthen will die a hero. Yeah, I'm sure they'll give him a pretty good death. I mean, he's a very cool character. But I think he will definitely die in the second season. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's the second. I found it. Found it. Okay, we're going to watch it with no volume again because we don't want to get copy struck again. Is this on? I think this is the back of Saw Gerrera's head with his followers, but it doesn't look like it's Yavin 4. Mon Mothma in the Senate. We're going to get to see some more in the Senate. When you're in the Senate building, there's always the possibility of seeing Palpatine there, which would be kind of cool. But I don't really know how much time he spent in that Senate building after Order 66. It would be really cool. You guys remember the scene in The Bad Batch Season 2 where it looks like the heroes are going to win, and then Palpatine rises up through the middle of the Senate and just absolutely obliterates everybody? It's like one of the coolest, coldest scenes of the Bad Batch entire series. It would be cool to see something like that in Andor too. This set looks like it's from Rogue One, no? Guerrero, Coruscant. Cyril. The second season is supposed to be bigger than the first. And every 3 episodes is going to be a year jump to the next year leading up until Rogue One. But we don't really understand what the plot of this show is going to be, other than it's, of course, building the rebellion. But who is he going to be fighting against? Is it going to be like he comes face to face with Krennic? I don't think so. Maybe he comes face to face with Dedra and maybe Cyril. Maybe he kills both of them because they're not in Rogue One either. That would be kind of cool. There's a lot of people who could easily die in this second season of Andor that would kind of mean something to us, especially after the first season. Dedra being one of them, Cyril being one of them, Luthen being one of them, Bix being one of them. There's a lot of characters that are kind of just up in the air, which is pretty cool. Pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. So, with all that being said, watching that trailer, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Andor Season 2? And actually, I'm going to put up a new poll in the chat, as this poll has been up here for a little bit. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Andor Season 2? By the way, do you like the title of The Mandalorian and Grogu? 68% of you guys, the math is not mathing, said yes, and 31% said no. I wonder if that'll change. Holy crap, you guys are excited for Andor Season 2. Okay, let's put this up. Which upcoming project are you the most excited for? We're going to put Skeleton Crew, Andor Season 2, Rebuild the Galaxy, which I don't think is going to win at all. Rebuild the Galaxy and other, because these are just the upcoming projects. Andor comes out early next year. Skeleton Crew comes out at the end of this year. Rebuild the Galaxy comes out in about a month. So, like, Ahsoka Season 2 is still so far away. Any other project is still so far away that it can't really be an upcoming project, you know? So let's see. Where are we at? What are you the most excited for? And I guess the other can be like the Mandalorian and Grogu movie and all that other stuff. By the way, look at this hype in the chat. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10, 10 million, 100 out of 10, 11 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 8 out of 10. Lando, the Lando movie, I don't really know. Skywalker Academy says, I hear Dedra and Bix are in the long run, but I'm not sure how much longer. Yeah, those two characters are definitely going to come to a point. I think Bix killing Dedra would be a pretty cool end. Yeah. Other equals all of them. I mean, yeah, it's, what are you most excited for? Which individual project are you most excited for? And look at that. Almost 70% of you say Andor Season 2. I don't know if this is a good thing or not. Obviously, you want people to be excited for your next live-action show, which is Skeleton Crew. But the excitement level for Andor Season 2 has stepped up greatly over the last couple months. And it's very interesting because when Andor Season 1 came out, not a lot of fans were really looking forward to it. Not a lot of fans even knew what it was going to be. Slowly but surely, it got a sort of cult following, and a lot of fans really, really enjoyed the Andor show. And since the show ended, it's just grown and grown and grown as Star Wars fans have become in love with this Andor show and can't wait for a second season. And now the second season could be promising even greater things than the first season gave to us, with great, cool cameo appearances from Krennic and K2SO, but also expanding the story even bigger over 4 years leading up until Rogue One and leading into the Rebellion. So Andor hype has gone through the roof. They need to do that same thing with Skeleton Crew, and it's really difficult to do, as Skeleton Crew is a brand new series, but they've done it before. They've done it with Ahsoka. They've done it. Ahsoka had kind of a backing to it, but they did it with The Mandalorian. They did it with Andor. They did it with Andor. They really got to get it going. Skeleton Crew is only 4 months away, and the hype level needs to go up drastically. Yeah. It's an absolute coin flip for me between The Mandalorian and Grogu and Andor Season 2. Nice. I'm excited for all of them for various reasons. Don't make me pick. Okay. I'm making you pick. Yeah. A Google, that's 100 zeros. Oh, okay. 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 Thomas says, I'm just happy that we're getting more Star Wars as we went so many years without new Star Wars. That is true. There was a time where we would have to wait 3 years in between movies to get the next trilogy movie, or there was a time, I wasn't alive for it, but there was 16 years in between the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. There was another, I mean, I guess there was the Clone Wars, so there wasn't really that big of a gap, but you would have to wait years for the next Star Wars project. Now, we are so lucky to have all these different projects that we don't even know what to do with ourselves. Like, we're so excited for many different Star Wars projects all at the same time that are all kind of coming at the same time. I'm beyond excited for Ahsoka Season 2, but it's too far away for me to kind of get really hyped up for. With Skeleton Crew on the horizon, Andor Season 2 on the horizon, this Rebuild the Galaxy thing, which looks kind of fun. Like, there's a lot to look forward to. I've said it a million times on stream, and I'm sure you guys are sick of me saying it, but it is the single greatest time to be a Star Wars fan right now. You can go back and watch the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, the Rogue One movie, Solo, whatever you want to watch, Andor Season 1, Mando Season 1, 2, 3. All of it is on Disney Plus right now for you to go watch whenever you want. And you get to get hyped up for what's to come next. You get to go play Star Wars Outlaws when it releases on August 30th. You get to get hyped up for Skeleton Crew when it comes out on December 3rd. Andor Season 2 is coming next year. We're going back to the movie theaters with The Mandalorian and Grogu in 2026, the Rey movie, the Mando movie with Dave Filoni, the Dawn of the Jedi movie with James Mangold. Sean Levy's getting a Star Wars movie. The Lando movie with Donald Glover. Everybody gets a Mando movie. I mean, a Star Wars movie. It is the single greatest time to be a Star Wars fan. Right now. Right now. Yeah, but Disney Plus has commercials now? Does it really? I must have the upgraded version because I definitely am not watching commercials when I watch Disney Plus. Disney Plus has ads? Really? When did that happen? When did that happen? Ben Mendelsohn is a good actor? Yeah, he is. Chris says, I just had to step up, just got back. What did I miss? Well, you missed quite a bit, Chris, I must say. You missed quite a bit. Andor Season 2 trailer, Mando movie trailer, Rebuild the Galaxy trailer, but we got to get to the Skeleton Crew trailer in a second here, so hang on. Disney didn't push Andor? Disney didn't push Andor? Oh, you mean with advertising? Yeah, Andor Season 1 should have been advertised more, but it's hard to advertise a show that's a spinoff of a spinoff that not a lot of fans are going to know or care for. They kind of just showed it to us and said, this is awesome. Love this. And it took a while for fans to kind of latch on, but they did, and now it's a beloved franchise, or a beloved portion of the franchise. Yeah. Jeffrey Snow says, will we ever get a Boba Fett cameo in the Lando movie? I mean, maybe. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know where the Lando movie's even at right now. Like, the Lando movie could be canceled. It could be still in the works, and we have no idea. Would Boba Fett show up in it? Maybe. Maybe. Thomas says, I think we love Andor more than others as it's 12 episodes, plus they're all 40-plus minutes long each episode. Yes, you spend a lot more time with these characters. 12 episodes is a long time, and the run times for those episodes were a lot longer than The Mandalorian and others. But that's not to say that I would want Mando to be 12 episodes. I think it's whatever fits the story best, and for Andor, 12 episodes fits the story best. For The Mandalorian, 8 does. For Kenobi, 6 did. I actually think it should have been even 4 or 3. Should have been a movie, honestly. For Acolyte, 8 worked perfectly. Like, it depends on the story itself. Yeah. For sure. Are we speaking in different languages in the chat now? Like, you guys know I can barely speak English. Don't be throwing different languages at me now. Brandon says, because I know Andor is first before Rogue One. Oh, wait. Just scroll down to the bottom. Damn it. Ahsoka has a lot of advertising dollars behind it. Oh, it did. Yeah, for sure. But Ahsoka also had the characters behind it. Ahsoka was already appearing in live action in The Mandalorian, in the Book of Boba Fett, but she's also been a character that's been beloved for the last 2 decades. Or close to 2 decades. It also had all the Clone Wars and Rebels fans coming to live action. So it had a lot of hype behind it already. Andor didn't. It was a brand new show. And it was based off of a character who was a side character in a spin-off movie. Or I guess he was a main character, but he was a main character in a spin-off movie. So it was kind of not a lot of draw there. Ahsoka Tano has a lot of draw to that name. Cassian Andor, not so much. Yeah. That was a long 16 years. I can only imagine. I was not alive for those 16 years, but I can imagine that the 16 years between the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy was a long 16 years. Yeah. We are spoiled. We are spoiled now. Yeah, we are absolutely spoiled now with all this Star Wars content that we were getting. You wouldn't believe it if you looked online, but it's true. It is true. You can get a cheaper version of Disney Plus with the commercials. Oh, okay. Don't like all streaming services do that though? Don't they all? Alex says, yeah, it's cool, but I would prefer quality over quantity. I'd rather have 1 to 2 projects every year if they are good, rather than a year and a half of a bunch of misses. That is true, Alex. I completely agree with you, but up until this point, there hasn't really been misses from Star Wars. They're having a lot of projects come out every year, but those projects seem to all be pretty damn good. So until the quality does go down, I think we're at a good point right now with Star Wars where we're getting a pretty decent amount of shows and animated shows, live action and animated, that are all of great quality. Think about last year. Last year we got The Bad Batch Season 2, Mando Season 3, Ahsoka. Is that it? What else came out last year? I think that might have been it. So you got 2 live action shows and an animated show. So it's only 3 shows in a year. This year you got Bad Batch Season 3, which was, I mean, come on. You got The Acolyte. You're going to get the Skeleton Crew. You got Tales of the Empire. So 4 shows. Tales of the Jedi was last year? No, it wasn't. The year before that, right? So it's not like too many shows. We're not getting like 5, 6 shows in a year. We're getting 3, maybe 4 shows in a year. And as soon as Star Wars goes back to the movie theater, that's all going to change. In 2026, we have 2 Star Wars movies coming out. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie and most likely the Rey movie. But the shows are probably going to be maybe 1, maybe 2. It's not going to be as crazy at that time. Yeah. Yeah. I think Amazon Prime doesn't have a commercial-free one anymore. What? They don't even have a commercial-free version at all? That's crazy. That's wild. And Rexer, what's up, says, hey, Mike, I wasn't on live because I paid a visit. Oh, because I paid a visit? What did I miss? Don't worry about it. You missed quite a bit. But we are going to go over the Skeleton Crew trailer in just a second. Most people don't think anything of more Star Wars before the prequels. It wasn't in anyone's thoughts. Wait, what? Most people didn't think anything about more Star Wars before the prequels. It wasn't in anybody's thoughts. I think it was a surprise the first time we saw the Phantom Menace trailer. I disagree. Star Wars still had its crazy fandom, and those people were just making their own stories up about what happened before the original trilogy, about what the Clone Wars were, and what happened after the original trilogy. You had stories being told in Legends like the Heir to the Empire trilogy, which was where the story goes after the original trilogy. So there was still a lot of Star Wars fans making those stories. But yeah, until the prequel trilogy came out, there was no real canon to that. Yeah. You're saying that Amazon Prime doesn't even have an ad-free version? That's insane. That is insane. That's wild. That's so crazy. Okay, let's switch over. Amazon Prime is like Mr. Krabs, apparently. Apparently, all I want is a Thrawn trilogy. You might be getting it. This Mandalorian and Grogu movie might be the beginning of an Heir to the Empire trilogy. We'll put it that way. Okay, let's go watch this Skeleton Crew trailer, shall we? Give me a 1 into the chat if you saw my breakdown video of this Skeleton Crew trailer. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the real ones. But yeah, I broke down this trailer. It released probably about 3 a.m. this morning. Yeah, it was a long night for me last night. I'm not going to lie. But here we are. We lived. We made it. We did it. But let's watch this trailer. Let's watch it together. Let's have fun together. Let's do it. Wait. Before we do, on a scale of 1 to 10, and I see a bunch of ones in the chat now, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Skeleton Crew? And tell me in the chat, did this trailer make you more excited for the Skeleton Crew show? It does release on December 3rd, so it's about in 4 months, and there is stuff before it. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for this show? And actually, I'm going to take down this poll first. By the way, 60% of you guys are most excited for Andor Season 2. Skeleton Crew is actually in second with almost 20%, but that's pretty wild. All right, let's do this. Are you excited for Skeleton Crew? Yes or no? We'll leave that up there for a little bit. Let's watch this trailer. Oops. Let's watch this trailer.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple. Hello? Be careful where you step. We're lost. Really lost.
Tis dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
You're a Jedi.
Okay, So Skeleton Crew, this is the new logo, comes out on December 3rd. This trailer, I must say, did get me a lot more excited for this show. And here's why. First of all, we didn't know almost anything about this series before we watched this trailer. All we knew was the characters' names because of an article that was released a few weeks ago. And we knew that Jude Law might be playing a Jedi, or a former Jedi who survived Order 66. Now, this trailer actually gets me way more excited because it has the feel of, yes, the Goonies meets Star Wars, also like E.T., kind of like Stranger Things as well. But let's rewatch this trailer. Whoops. And let's break it down. This is our character named Whim. He's sort of going to be the main, I think, character of the 4 kids. They're all going to be the main characters, but I think he's going to be the main one, as he's going to be the one who gets them into all this trouble. Whim is sort of wanting more out of life. He wants to go on this crazy adventure in the galaxy, and he's the one who stumbles upon this ship on their seemingly safe home planet. He has a fascination with the Jedi, as we see him looking at some sort of iPad-looking thing with a Jedi on it, fighting some creature, and it just so happens that he comes face to face eventually with a Jedi. So let's watch this. That's Whim. Some people have been very upset about the sort of suburbs in Star Wars. I'm very interested to see your guys' take on this, chat. What did we think about this sort of suburbs in Star Wars? We know it exists. Kids go to school, kids grow up in Star Wars. It's not every planet in the galaxy is just the underworld or the cantina on Tatooine. Kids grow up. So many people were upset about this. What did you guys think? What do we think?
Tomorrow's
We got him on the way to school on a bus.
test will set the course of your entire
This is Fern. She's another one of the 4 kids, main kids.
future.
Our boy Wim again. So it's from the creators John Watts, Christopher Ford. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but John Watts refused to take the role to direct Fantastic Four to do this Skeleton Crew show. Literally an easy $1 billion movie he turned down to do this show. Craziness. And Christopher Ford is the writer who kind of works alongside of him.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what?
This is our boy Neil. Shout out to Neil. Neil's the GOAT. He is an Ortellan who is the same species as Max Rebo. If you guys were here a few weeks ago, we went down a rabbit hole on the Rebo family. Max Rebo, his father Jeff, his mother A Mother, and his brother Azul, which is blue in Spanish. The Max Rebo family are the GOATs, but Max Rebo is the same species as our boy Neil right here.
What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure.
This is him looking at the Jedi on his little pad here. He's got a fascination with the unknown and adventure and Jedi. This is a time, this show does take place in the Mandoverse, so it does take place after the Mandalorian, after Ahsoka, all that stuff. This is a time where the Jedi aren't really around. Luke Skywalker is really the only Jedi in the galaxy at this point. So maybe this is Luke, I don't know.
No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods.
This is our final main character here. So you got Fern on the right here, but on the left is her name is KB, and she's got sort of like a Cyclops looking vibe going on. He found something in the woods.
What do you think it is?
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
I think it's a lost Jedi temple. A little bit of a high praise or a high sort of expectations here from our boy Wim. He wants it to be a Jedi temple, which it is not. It is a buried ship. It seems to be a pirate ship from what we gather, as this show is going to be focusing a lot on pirates. But it's a buried ship on their planet with skeletons inside, hence Skeleton Crew.
Be careful where you step.
Skeleton. So this is going to be the ship sort of waking up. The kids are probably going to activate it. And this is our boy SM-33. This is the pilot of the ship. He's a droid. He's going to be the main droid of this show.
We're lost. Really lost.
You got Jawas over there.
Tis dangerous.
They're going to really just come into a lot of problems here.
Tis dangerous out there in space.
That's their ship getting eaten by some crawler-looking thing. That's never a good sign.
Trust.
I saw somebody mention that this owl is from Young Jedi Adventures. I have not seen that show, so I do not know if that's true or not, but that would be kind of cool. Do I know if it's a 1-episode or 2-episode premiere? We don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be 2 because 2 has kind of been the way to go. Ahsoka was a 2-episode premiere. Acolyte was a 2-episode premiere. I believe The Mandalorian was a 2-episode premiere. Andor was a 3-episode premiere. So I'm going to guess a 2-episode premiere, but we'll see.
Trust no one.
This is actually a werewolf. Not even kidding. It's a species called Shizdifenian or something like that. It's seen before in Star Wars in A New Hope, but hasn't really been seen since then. And here we're going to get a bounty hunter, a pirate that looks like it. We don't know what's going on here. Actually, I don't think it's ice anymore. It looks more like it's just a tube, but that's our boy SM-33 right there. And then Wim, Fern, Neil, and KB. Some people think this is the crab from The Bad Batch Season 2. I don't think it is. It could be. It definitely could be, but I just don't think it is. Is it 2-episode premiere confirmed? Really, Beskar? I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But this could be the same crab. There's an astromech droid right there, but it looks a lot bigger. And I think this is just like the mother crab sort of deal because the kids were probably messing with its babies, which looks like they're behind them. Here we got X-Wings flying in from the New Republic, probably. Could be Carson Teva. Could be anybody, really. But at some point, they get captured, put into a prison.
You're a Jedi.
With Jude Law's character, Jod Nawud. This is going to be a former Jedi who survived Order 66. Now, we don't know that for sure, but he does wield the Force, and it's most likely easy to assume that he was a Jedi who survived Order 66. This does give us a direct connection to Ahsoka, to Ezra, to Cal Kestis, to Sabine, all these other Force users in the galaxy right now. He is a Jedi who survived Order 66, specifically to Cal Kestis and Ahsoka, as he would have survived Order 66 at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Now, this trailer only gives us sort of the first couple episodes, maybe even only the first episode as well, because Jude Law is supposed to be in almost every episode of this series. As it's described, he's in pretty much every episode, and it makes it feel like that was the first 3, maybe 4 episodes when it was probably only 1 or maybe 2, as Jude Law will probably make an appearance very early on in this series. Now, with that being said, with that trailer being watched, what do we think about the Skeleton Crew? How excited are we? Are you ready for this show? Are you excited? Are you like, I can't wait? Or are you like, maybe it'll be, meh. What really intrigues me about this show, not only Jude Law being a Jedi, but is the mystery about it. It reminds me of The Mandalorian Season 1 all those years ago, back in 2019. It feels like they're trying to hide something. And when you're hiding something, that means a massive reveal is coming. Maybe it's Hondo Ohnaka, maybe it's Omega, maybe it's Cal Kestis, or maybe it's something completely different that we're not even thinking about. Maybe Thrawn has some sort of role in this show as well. It does seem to focus a lot on pirates, and that's what makes people think Hondo Ohnaka. But what do we think? Who do you think could make an appearance in this show? And what do you think they're trying to hide? Hondo. Hondo would be a great one. He would definitely be really cool to be brought into live action. Also, while you're at it, can I get some good cups full of orders in the chat, please? bum, ba. I see a bunch of Hondos in the chat. Maybe Zeb, or maybe Zed. You mean? Maybe Zeb. You mean? Zeb would be pretty cool. He is working with the New Republic, so we saw those New Republic TIE X-wings. Could be. Could be. What about Omega? Omega was first introduced in the first episode of The Bad Batch, so she's only ever existed in the Bad Batch series. However, at the end of The Bad Batch, she goes to join the rebellion. Is it possible that she will actually make a live-action appearance in this Skeleton Crew show? What do we think? Omega? Yes or no? What do we think, chat? Hondo would fit so well into the show. Oh, yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. Just with all the pirates and stuff, he would just fit very well. Zeb is in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That's true. But this Skeleton Crew show is supposed to be connected to that. At Star Wars Celebration last year, when they announced Skeleton Crew and they announced Dave Filoni's Mandoverse movie, they announced it as a combination movie of all of the Mandoverse properties. Mando, Ahsoka, Boba Fett, and Skeleton Crew. So this Skeleton Crew show will affect the greater story of the Mandoverse series or saga, whatever you want to call it. So these characters might even appear in that Mandoverse movie, or the events that take place in this Skeleton Crew will have a greater effect on the larger galaxy, which again would mean that something huge is coming in the Skeleton Crew show that we don't even know about yet. The fact that Jude Law's character might be a Jedi is huge, because he will play a pretty big role in what's coming if Thrawn is really the heir to the Empire, because a Force user can always help. Ben Solo as a young boy with Luke, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. I think Omega will appear in some scenes. Interesting. Omega is a very... No Omega? Really? You guys don't want Omega in live action? What the heck? Captain Omega in The Mandalorian and Grogu? Omega could be working with the New Republic right now. That's how she could really make an appearance. But let's talk about my favorite one. Let's talk about him. Let's do it. Cal freaking Kestis. What do you think the chances are that Cal Kestis will make an appearance in this Skeleton Crew show? I think the chances of it happening are a lot higher now that it's revealed that Jude Law will be playing a Jedi, because if he did survive the events of Order 66, there's a connection directly to Cal Kestis. And Cal Kestis at some point is coming to live action. There is no way, there is absolutely no way that they casted Cameron Monaghan as Cal Kestis to not bring him into live action. Absolutely not. So, do you think he'll come into live action in the Skeleton Crew? Not optimistic for a Cal Kestis appearance. Interesting. No to seeing Cal Kestis. Wow. No Cal... Okay, well, if you guys are all wrong, I'm going to laugh in your faces. It's going to go like this. Ha, 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 ha. And I can't wait. You know what? This just makes me even want to see Cal Kestis even more in this show. And I hope I'm right. I thought Cal Kestis was in exile at this point in the timeline. Well, at the end of the Jedi games, he's sort of on... what the hell's the moon that he goes to that's like hidden away behind the Nova? Tanalorr? Tanalorr, yeah. He's hidden on Tanalorr, but he's supposed to be helping out with the hidden path. That's kind of what we're led to believe, yeah. You're wrong, bro. I'll give you a cookie when he's not in it. What do I get if he is in it? That's the real question. What do I get when he is in it? That's what I want to know. Cal is Mando? No. Yeah, no, I don't think so. New members? What are you talking about? What you talking about? Oh, if he is in it, I'll get new members? Okay. Deal. Don't think we'll see Cal Kestis. Well, you guys are all haters. I think Cal Kestis is 100% going to be in the Skeleton Crew. Clip it. When he is in it, you're going to go, oh, Mike was right. Mike's always right. When is Mike ever wrong? That's what's going to happen, you know? Fearless says, of course you can laugh in our faces, Mike, just like I did when Crosshair survived. Yeah, that was not a good one for me. Not going to lie. The whole time, Fearless was like, Crosshair's going to live. And we're all like, no, Fearless, you're an idiot. Crosshair's going to die. Crosshair's easily going to die. That's why they're focusing so much on him. He's clearly going to die. He's gone on this redemption arc. Crosshair's a goner. And Fearless was the only one of us going, Crosshair lives. And here we are. Yeah. Cal Kestis is going to be interesting because if he does show up, it will make the third game pretty interesting because Cal Kestis is getting a third game of the Jedi series. So we'll have to see about that. We shall have to see about that, won't we? Okay, so we just covered all those trailers and all that fun stuff that happened yesterday. Let's talk about what's still to come from D23 this weekend because we still have stuff going on today and we still have stuff going on tomorrow. Today is a pretty big day because The Acolyte might be getting announced for a second season. Later today, I believe it's at 4 p.m., maybe 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are getting the Acolyte panel where Manny Jacinto is coming on stage where he's going to talk about the first season of The Acolyte. And the reason we think that season 2 will be announced is because, let me pull it up, it's because of the way they phrased it. So this is what we're looking at here. Star Wars themselves posted this. The dark side is coming to the Lucasfilm Pavilion at D23. Join The Acolyte's Manny Jacinto as he reflects on the first season of the series and reveals new insights on the Stranger, which is the character of Manny Jacinto. The first season are the key words here. First season makes us believe that there will be a second season. Now tell me in the chat, do you want a second season of The Acolyte? What do we think, chat? Do you want a second season of The Acolyte show? What do we think? It could be announced later today, as this happens at 2 p.m. Pacific time, so that means 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. Yeah, right? 3 hours behind. So at 5 p.m., so in about an hour and a half, this panel will begin. And this could be where they announce The Acolyte will be getting a second season. And Manny Jacinto might come on stage and go, guess what? I'm coming back. Your favorite character of Chimere or the Stranger or whatever you want to call him, Darth Zipperface, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm seeing a pretty split chat right now. Actually, majority of you are saying yes, please. I like that. Let's actually pull this up. Let's pull it up. We'll end this other poll, see where you guys are at with Skeleton Crew. Are you guys excited for Skeleton Crew? 80% of you say yes. That number just keeps getting higher. That number started at like 55, 60%. Now it's gone up to 70, 75. Now it's all the way up at 80. Hopefully it gets even higher as we get closer and closer. All right. Do you want an Acolyte Season 2? Yes or no? Let's see it, chat. Do you want an Acolyte Season 2? Because it could be announced tonight. In just a few short hours, actually. It would tie up a lot of loose ends. Yeah, they clearly set up a second season. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah, so this happens at 2 p.m. Pacific time, so 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they say the quantity is limited, so first come, first serve. For this event at D23, you need a wristband, blah, blah, blah. Huh, this one says 4 p.m. I don't know. I don't know who to believe anymore. But that's happening today. So it could be that we're getting announcements for the Acolyte Season 2 tonight. Then when it comes to Sunday, tomorrow there's going to be a Star Wars animation panel that's going to be talking about, hang on, let me find it. D23. It's going to be talking about Star Wars animation and possibly getting an announcement for a new animated series. Honestly, now I feel like it's less likely that we will be getting a animated show announced this weekend, but never say never. Hang on, I gotta sneeze 1 second. Maybe not. It just went away. Oh, wait. Never mind. It's gone. Never mind. False alarm. But we could be getting an animated series announced tomorrow, which would be kind of cool. I don't know if it will. I'd say I'm about 50-50. I'm not too confident on there being an announcement tomorrow. But tonight, I do think I'm probably a lot more closer to like a 70-30 for a second season of that. I'm waiting for a new animated show. Me too. And hopefully it does get announced tomorrow, but it's not looking too good. I feel like if they were going to announce a new show, they would have done it yesterday. But maybe not. Maybe they're waiting for the end of the weekend to leave us off on a high. Maybe. I don't know. If there were to be an announcement for an animated series tomorrow, what would you want to see that show be about? What do we think? What would you want the next animated Star Wars show to be about? I think if they were going to announce an Acolyte Season 2, they would have done it last night with all the other Star Wars stuff. I actually disagree. Whoa. I actually disagree because they do have the whole weekend to do more announcements. I think, honestly, last night when you look at it, Pixar won it. Obviously, as a Star Wars fan, I think Star Wars won it, but if you look at it from just being a casual viewer, I think Pixar won the panel. Not that it was a competition, but Pixar came out and announced like 7 new projects, movies and shows, which is pretty wild. Star Wars only had the Skeleton Crew trailer, which was awesome. It also had the Andor teaser, which was only a teaser, the Mando teaser, which was awesome for us Star Wars fans, but for casual viewers, we didn't even get to see it. So Marvel had some cool stuff, but again, none of it was released publicly. So it was really just Pixar winning the night. And the reason I think that Star Wars will announce things at other portions of this event, of this D23, is because they already did it. Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy trailer was released 7 hours before the panel last night because there was an event for Rebuild the Galaxy earlier in the day on Friday. So I think they'll be announcing a lot more projects throughout the day, today and tomorrow for Star Wars. Yeah. 7, what new Pixar projects? Oh, what's new projects for Pixar? They announced a bunch of stuff, movies, shows. There's a show based off of, or a spin-off show from Inside Out called Dream Productions. There was like Incredibles 3, Frozen 3, Zootopia 2, Toy Story 5, a new movie called Hopper, another TV show, I think. And maybe that's it. Maybe there's one more. I really don't remember, but I think that was all of them. I could be wrong. But there was a lot of announcements last night. I mean, Avatar got the third movie announcement was Fire and Ash. I've seen a ton of memes online about how Avatar literally stole the name of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and now it's stealing all the other stuff too, from water, fire, air, earth. I'm sure the fourth one's going to be called Earth, and the fifth one's going to be called The Last Airbender. But it is pretty funny. But it did look cool nonetheless. Another announcement was a Lilo and Stitch live-action movie, which is pretty cool. A Tron movie, which has been years in the making. What else was announced yesterday? For Marvel, there was some cool stuff. Daredevil Born Again, Ironheart, Captain America news. I believe that was it, but yeah. It was a crazy night. For nerds, it was a crazy damn night. Yeah. Jared Leto is in Tron, and I'm worried. Jared Leto is a pretty good actor. I think he's had a few misses lately with like Morbius, but I think he might be able to turn it around for Tron. We'll see. We shall see. It was so crazy yesterday. It really was. For nerdy fans of Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, whatever, it was a crazy night. That's for sure. Didn't let down. Didn't lay it down. I only watched Avatar 1. I'm going to be completely honest. I've only watched Avatar 1 too. I have not seen The Way of Water, is it called? I haven't seen that yet either. He played a decent Joker. He did. He was actually an underrated Joker. I liked his Joker from Suicide Squad. He was underrated. I don't think a single thing has me more hyped than Stranger Things Season 5. Oh, Stranger Things Season 5 is so hype. I think Stranger Things might, if like they stick the landing with Season 5, might go down as one of the greatest shows of all time, if it's not already one of the greatest shows of all time. Like it's up there for me, non-Star Wars related. Like you got Prison Break, you got Breaking Bad, a lot of breaking stuff. You got Game of Thrones. I know the 8th season falls off, but the rest of the seasons are still so good that it's up there in the conversation. You got shows like, I mean, Skeleton Crew's got to be in that conversation, no? It's got to be. It's gots to be. Oh, Darth Raccoon. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars, Darth Raccoon. I appreciate that at the Padawan level. You have now instant access to the giveaways that we do at the end of every month. In this month's is a big one, as we're giving away multiple copies of Star Wars Outlaws at the end of this month, which is pretty damn cool. I appreciate it, Darth Raccoon. I really, really, really do. Becoming a member is one of the best ways to support the channel. The lowest tier is Padawan at 99 cents. So if you can, it's the best way to support the channel. And, of course, Super Chats as well. And I will do any sort of Star Wars impression that you would like me to do. It will not be good, but it will be an impression nonetheless. So I appreciate it. But where was I? Oh, we're talking about Stranger Things, actually. Yeah, Stranger Things is awesome. That is awesome. Netflix was hacked and Stranger Things 5 is online. There's no way. They're not even done filming it yet. That's not true. I've only watched the first Avatar movie. I didn't even watch the newer ones. The first one was the best. Then why didn't you watch the new one, Fearless? Yeah, no? Avatar 3, the Ash Navi looks so sick. They did look cool. I must say, the concept art for the Avatar 3 movie looked awesome. Avatar 2 looked awesome. I just never got around to seeing it in the movies. And for some reason, I just never really, when I go to watch a movie, think of watching Avatar. Maybe I'll get around to it someday, but I don't know. Maybe someday. But getting to the topic at hand, which is Star Wars, we do have more announcements to come as the weekend goes on. Hopefully an animated show tomorrow would be really nice. But Acolyte Season 2 tonight would be nice as well. You earned my membership, Mike? Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah, memberships, the members I appreciate so much. I think, wait. Let me see if I'm, hang on. This might be a historic moment. This might just be a historic moment in the channel's history. It might not be, though, so don't get your hopes too high, but it might be. Members. Total members. Damn it. Okay, never mind. We are at 68 members. I thought Darth Raccoon was number 69. Damn it. Okay, never mind. Never mind. False alarm. False alarm. We did not hit 69 members. No. Member 66. No, we passed member 66 a few days ago. But yeah. 68. 68. Dang, we were close. We were close. All right, let's see. What else we got going on here? Do we want to rewatch the Mando trailer because it's so awesome? Oh, I wanted to read this article, actually, True. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. This article coming from Variety. We'll do that, too. Let's see. Let's read this article, shall we? Okay. The Mandalorian and Grogu, Jon Favreau, teases first Star Wars movie in over 5 years. That's pretty wild. We haven't seen a Star Wars movie in theaters since Rise of Skywalker in 2019. And the next Star Wars movie is The Mandalorian and Grogu, and it doesn't come out for another 2 years. So it'll be 7 years since we got there. That's pretty wild. That is pretty damn cool. Okay. Din Djarin and Baby Yoda. What? Who? Din Djarin and Grogu are returning to a galaxy far, far away. At D23 in Anaheim on Friday, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni unveiled the first look at the upcoming Star Wars feature, The Mandalorian and Grogu, starring Pedro Pascal. Can we talk about Pedro Pascal for a second here? Pedro Pascal is the man right now in Hollywood. He's been in some mega blockbusters like, what the hell was that movie called with, whatever. But he's going to be in Fantastic Four. He was in The Last of Us Season 1, or there is going to be a second season. He's going to be in Gladiator 2. He's the Mandalorian. He's just the guy. He's been in Game of Thrones. He's been in Narcos. He is the guy right now. He's the guy in Hollywood. And, of course, he is the Mandalorian. As a titular masked bounty hunter for Disney Plus series and adorable sidekick Grogu. They put Grogu right here, but for some reason they put Baby Yoda right here. Who the hell wrote this article? Favreau promises an all-new adventure following these two characters. All-new adventure. What does that mean? The D23 crowd cheered as Babu Frick, again, no, popped up flying a small ship with Grogu when they were and went wild as a purple alien said good luck, which is Zeb Orrelios. I got a feeling the person who wrote this article doesn't know much about Star Wars. But maybe they do. The film is the first big screen spin-off of Disney Plus' series The Mandalorian, with Favreau, who created the show, set to direct the feature. The series will take place after the fall of the Galactic Empire in Return of the Jedi, where the lone mercenary, a Mandalorian from the planet of Mandalore, he's a foundling, but yeah, makes his way through the outer reaches of the lawless galaxy. Along the way, he meets Grogu, a Force-sensitive creature from the same species as Jedi Master Yoda, and the two form an unlikely bond as they trek across the galaxy far, far away, avoiding the vestiges of the Empire. Okay. Whatever. And meet the characters from across the Star Wars canon. So this is just a description of the first 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, I believe. Favreau is producing the film alongside of Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni, who is Lucasfilm's CCO and former supervising director of the beloved animated series Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Favreau had to say this about the show. I have loved telling stories in the rich world that George Lucas created, he previously said, The prospect of bringing the Mandalorian and his apprentice Grogu to the big screen is extremely exciting. You can say that again. I think titicular is writer's favorite words. It's one of my favorite words to say, honestly. Not sure if it's Babu Frick. It's not, I don't think, at least. It's just an Inzellan from Season 3 of The Mandalorian. You're absolutely right. It is not Babu Frick. This article is incorrect. 3 seasons of The Mandalorian series have been generally well received by fans and critics. You can say that again. A 4th season is already in development. This is not, we don't really know if this is true or not. This 4th season of The Mandalorian, I believe, has turned into the Mando movie. I don't think this is actually a 4th season. Do you guys think there will be a 4th season, or do you think it got turned into the movie? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Very, very little is known about the film, you can say that again, including its placement in the Mandalorian timeline. Well, we do know it's probably going to be after The Mandalorian Season 3. And who is set to star besides Pedro Pascal? However, an alien star is in talks. Wait, an alien star, Sigourney Weaver, is in talks to star in the film, though the details on her character is still under wraps. Yeah, I forgot about this, actually. She's a pretty big-time actress. That is true. It will be in theaters on May 22nd, 2026, so that really didn't give us much of anything. But, yeah. Oh, James with a very generous $5 holla goddamn says, I hope Hondo Unaka shows up in Skeleton Crew. Let's get that impression, Mike. Oh, of Hondo Unaka? Okay. I can do a Hondo impression. Let's see. I got to look up him talking first. Okay.
At your service. Is this a joke? I don't deal with washed up old relics. Come now, let's leave your wife out of this.
Damn, did he really say that? I don't remember that.
Is it civilized?
That depends on your definition of civilized.
Okay. I'll go with that. Well, that depends on... Okay. Let me listen to it one more time.
Depends on your definition. That depends on your definition of civilized.
Well, that depends on your definition of civilized. Hang on, I can do better. I can do better! Wait, hang on, let me listen one more time.
Is it civilized?
That depends on your definition of civilized.
Well, that depends on your definition of civilized. I honestly am kind of throwing in too much Palpatine there. Well, that depends on your definition of civilized. Damn, I'm really bad at impressions. I apologize, James, but I appreciate the $5 holla. I really, really do. Best way to support the channel. I really appreciate it. Oh, Rock Bracker. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars, Rock. And guess what? You are officially the 69th member of this channel. I appreciate it quite a bit. That is pretty awesome. I'm a man-child, member 69. Yes, you are, and yes, we all are, because 69 is a very good goal to get to. Yeah. That is awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah. Sigourney Weaver, never watched Alien, I can see. I've definitely watched Alien. I know who Sigourney Weaver is. For some reason, when I was reading her name, because I can't read, it did not click in my head, but we talked about this months ago now, because this news has been out for a bajillion years. But she will be playing a role, some sort of role, an unnamed role. This is what she looked like in Alien, and this is what she looks like now. So that's Sigourney Weaver from Alien, and this is what she looks like now. She was recently in something. I don't know what. Oh, is she really in Avatar? I didn't know that. Oh, she is in Avatar because she's the bad guy in Avatar, no? Something like that? She was in something recently that I remember her from, but she will be in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That's pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. Sigourney. You know what? I'm just going to keep going with how I say it incorrectly, you know? Sigourney. Something like that. No, she isn't the bad guy. She's not the bad guy? She's in Avatar, though, right? But she's not the bad guy? Oh, yeah, she's in the Ghostbuster movies, too. It must have been Avatar, what I was thinking of. I haven't seen Avatar in probably a decade, so I don't remember if she's the bad guy or not. No, in the first Avatar, she plays a scientist in the Avatar program. Okay, makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. It is all based on perspective. I thought Thanos was a hero. Oh my god. Thanos was right. Thanos, he had some good points. No.
Incorrect.
No. Okay. I will die on that hill. All right. Let me end this poll. See where you guys are at. Do you want an Acolyte Season 2? 80% of you said yes. Wow. 80% of you say yes, you do want an Acolyte Season 2, so maybe that will be announced later on today. We'll have to keep an eye and an ear out for that. Hashtag Thanos was right. Oh my god. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. All right. Huge shout outs to Darth Raccoon and Rock Bracker for becoming members. 69th member, that is. Shout out to James as well for the $5 holla. I appreciate it quite a bit, but I am going to get on out of here. I really got to go pee, and we went over all the news for today. So I appreciate all of you more than you will ever know. This was an absolute insane stream, as always. Finally, some great news for Star Wars, some trailers, all that stuff, fun stuff. Watch out for a video tomorrow about this Mandalorian trailer and what it means, and we'll break it all down in that video as well. Watch out for a video on Monday and all that fun stuff. Short every day for the rest of your lives. Smash a freaking like on the stream if you have not already. Hit that subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And my pretty face will show up on the recommended feed of yours. How many likes do we got on the stream, huh? Am I going to be upset? Am I going to be upset? Oh, we got plenty of likes. I appreciate all of you guys more than you will ever know. Huge shout out to James again. Huge shout out to Rock and Darth Raccoon for becoming members. I appreciate all of you more than you will ever know. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Smash a freaking like on the stream, and may the force be with you. Always. Oh yeah, what a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate every last one of you more than you will ever know. We are on that road to 100K subscribers where I will dump that entire cup of water on my head. I guarantee it. We will do it. But until then, I hope you have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your lives, and good night, everybody.